Hello everyone, that Manga Kid here to give my review of The Sky is Blue with a Single Cloud. This is by Kuniko Tsurita. It is a short story collection spanning her career in manga. This is a drawn and quarterly release. It's actually quite thick. Drawn and Quarterly doesn't usually do super thick releases, but this one's quite thick. It is a very heavy book despite being only paperback. Really beautiful kind of embossed lettering and different parts of the picture here on the cover. This is, like I said, a short story collection by the first female mangaka to be featured in Garo, the alternative manga magazine that was running at the time. So that her career kind of spans from the 60s to the 80s. And she unfortunately passed away in her 30s when in, I believe, 1985, she had lupus. Her works are they're kind of dark, a little bit morbid, and especially the ones after she was diagnosed with lupus. A lot of themes of death, obviously, because she knew she was going to die. But even before that, they're quite haunting, almost, some of them. It's a very interesting collection. I had never heard of Kuniko Tsurita, which was the whole point. There's like a 40-page essay at the back, as with most drawn and quarterly alternative manga releases. They have very extensive essays at the back talking about the creator and their life's work. And so Kuniko Tsurita seems to be a very, very interesting person. She was a pioneer as a female mangaka in the alternative scene, but as is spoken about in the essay at the back, nobody really talks about her anymore. And even at the time, she was very prolific, but because she was a woman and because of the manga she was writing, which was not shoujo manga, she was often overlooked and not treated with as much respect. This is one of the better alternative manga collections I've read, and I read a lot of them. If you are familiar with my channel, I've reviewed a lot, especially from Drawn and Quarterly, because they tend to release the most of them, but I own a lot of short story collections in the alternative manga kind of sphere, and this is one of the better ones. This was really, really well done, and it just was really beautiful, and all of the stories were quite different from each other. Some of them are very politically minded, and follow young people. Some of them are very abstract, while others are have no dialogue. It's very androgynous characters. There is some queerness in here, despite the people who knew her personally, stating that she was not part of the LGBT community. But I mean, some people live secret lives, but very interesting depictions of sexuality and gender, especially for the time period that she was drawing manga or creating manga. And then this is the very extensive essay at the back. It was just like, I'm kind of at a loss for words. It was just really, really beautiful, despite some of the darker themes. But all of these stories really kind of hit me in a different way. Some of them were quite like sad almost, or melancholic, while others were just kind of interesting to look at. It's definitely going to be on my reread list, because I think, especially a lot of the times with these alternative manga collections, you read the manga, Then you read the essay, which gives a little bit more insight to the creator and the specific stories in the anthology. And so, knowing what I know now from reading the essay, going back and rereading the actual manga portion will be a different experience the second time through. But this just blew me away. I'm really impressed with this. I know that this is not all of her works. It doesn't sound like there's any intention to release any more of her works in English, but if that happens, I will absolutely be picking them up because she seems like a very, very, very interesting human being who just created what she wanted to create and entered this very man's man world of manga at the time and just was like, I'm going to do what I'm going to do, and if you don't like it, sucks to be you. Yeah, it's a breath of fresh air when it comes to alternative manga. Yeah, I'm just pick it up. I mean, if you're interested in alternative manga at all and you don't already own this, go get it. And if you are, not a typical reader of alternative manga, maybe this is a good start for you because it's just, I don't know, I just really, really, really liked it. And it's a good, really, like I said, it's quite thick. The art style kind of differs because this jumps around between, her span of her career. It jumps around a bit, so you could see the difference in her art style based on the time that she wrote it and illustrated it. And it was just really good. I highly, highly recommend this. Beautiful release from Drawn and Quarterly. As always, yeah. If you've read this, love to hear your thoughts. If you have any other alternative manga recommendations that I may not have heard of, do let me know, because I'm always on the hunt for really kind of bit more obscure titles. Anyway, thanks for watching.